We are living in unprecedented times. No matter what industry you come from, we must all review, rethink, and reinvent ourselves. Are you an entrepreneur that is trying to adapt your business to the new norm? Well, you are listening to the 2020 Entrepreneur, a podcast that will motivate you and have you think outside of the box. My name is Hugo Almeida, and with over 30 years of being an entrepreneur, I am here to share and inspire you with my experiences and help invent a new you. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to T20E World. Hugo here. I want to start today by saying thank you. Thank you all for following and listening to us, because I found out some phenomenal information today that we are being listened to in 16 different countries. That is crazy. In the short amount of time we've grown this podcast, we are now listened to in 16 countries. And guess what? We're on every major platform. So thank you so much. Continue to believe in us. I continue to put some good content out there and share experiences not only about life, but also entrepreneurship and business. So please continue to share our podcast with your friends and your family. So let's move on to our episode today, and it is helping you figure out what it is you love to do each and every single day. So how do we find that magic role for every day? And it's important. Like Rohan Marley said early on in one of our episodes, he said, Hugo, love what you do what you love, man. Sounded so simple, right? But it takes time to get to it. So hopefully in this episode, I can help you think a little bit clearer as you find that role where you can come in and you can honestly say to yourself, man, dude, I love what I do. And that's where I'm at now. I love what I do, and I do what I love. So I'm not going to paint any pretty pictures because it took time to get here, but it takes the evolution, right? It takes that evolution of time and different roles to figure out, because during all that time and during those different roles I had in different companies, I learned about myself. And that is what you're going to do. You're going to dissect today. You're going to dissect all the different job roles you've had. And even if you didn't like the company, you didn't like the people you worked with, forget all that negative. Let's for a second push that shit to the side, man. Let's focus on the positive. In every role that you've had, I know for a fact there was something that you said to yourself, you know what, I'm pretty good at. Maybe it was multitasking. Maybe it was just dealing with different people, different personalities. Shit, not everybody can do that. Remember, there is a function that you did pretty damn good at in every role. So I'm asking you to dig in and let's pull out the genius in each one of you, what it is that you actually enjoyed to do, and you actually said, you know what, I'm pretty good at doing that. Might not have been the perfect job role, but you learned something about yourself. That's where it all begins, my friends, right there. Dissect, spend the time in figuring out, and I don't even care if it was part of a club. Maybe you were at school, right? Maybe you were part of, entrepreneurship team. Well, what in that role were you pretty damn good at? All right, and let's focus on that. And that's where it's going to begin. You're going to take that and you're going to jot it down. And I'm asking everybody, please keep it real too, because we got to learn to separate maybe what might be a hobby, right? Things that we really enjoy to do, but let's separate the hobby from the reality. I'll give you an example. I love to be out in the ocean, right? Whether it's fishing, whether it's boating, whether it's being on the sea-doo, I love it. That's a hobby for me. Although people have turned it into a career, for me, it's been a hobby. So I would love to do that, but I can't see it being real for me. That's just my example as to how to separate, like maybe what could potentially be a hobby from the real deal. All right, because we are focusing on professions. We're focusing on what it is that you want to do in your careers. So start by dissecting all the roles and all of the functions. Eventually, you will get to a better place. Now, listen, it's not easy out there. We got to continue to work real hard. Like I say, listen, grind, hustle. You want to make it happen? Those two things continue. Make it consistent in your life, the grind and the hustle. Eventually, you make it happen. So if this is not the job role you want, start dissecting, man. Don't make up excuses. Figure it out and continue to apply in areas where you think you can kick ass in, where you think you can bring huge value to. I talk about this in other episodes. The genius in you, man, bring it, throw it on the table. That is how we find what it is that we love to do each and every single day, all right? When you do, it's going to require your passion. the mindset, the commitment, knowledge about what it is, the energy, right? Eventually, all that positive stuff creates a love for life, man. And that positive energy spreads. No doubt when you walk in to a conference room, that positive energy, trust me, it spreads. It's going to change a gloomy meeting into a positive, high energy meeting. And I love that. I love to see people kind of fired up, walking into a meeting, firing up other people. That's awesome. And that's what I want. So remember, we're dissecting different roles you might have had. We're thinking hard at this. We learned about ourselves in every role we've ever done. You know, maybe we're thrown outside of our comfort zone. Well, jot that down. This is all these little things are going to help you get to that space, that area where, you know what, maybe this is something I could see myself doing because, shit, I love it. I love doing that. At the end of the day, you know life is short, man. We might as well do what it is we're good at. Here's the beauty. When you get there, here's the carrot at the end of the stick, right? Man, I don't care if the day is going good or bad, because when we start that day, we're already on a positive note because we know we're going in to do something that we have passion for, that we love to do. So whether the day goes in a different direction or not, we started on a good note. We learn to actually appreciate the time better, right? We get better at just managing our time and respect other people's time. We always tend to be more motivated. We're always eager to learn more things. Now, what happens is when you're eager to learn more things and you're knowledgeable about your space, you know, we have a willingness to share that knowledge. And that's awesome, man, because it's not about keeping knowledge inside. It's about sharing it like we do in this podcast. We share life experiences, man, real, actual business deals, knowledge for entrepreneurship, and life lessons that we've come across. That's why I try to bring some kick-ass people onto this podcast, because not only is it just some of the things I've been through, but man, when you get guys that have been out there, have formed billion-dollar operations, have been in different industries, that's good stuff for everybody, you know? And what that does is, man, it's just going to reduce the amount of time in your life to figure things out. You know, every little bit of knowledge, man, reduces that long stage of time where we're trying to figure out everything, trial and error. You know, that's always the goal here. All right. What happens after you have that willingness to share knowledge, right? We create more opportunities, man, not only for ourselves, but for others. We become much more productive. And the best thing about this is we always have a greater sense of gratitude, man, for what it is we do. You know, whether it is giving or getting, or receiving, we're just grateful, man. We're grateful to do what it is that we love to do each and every single day. So when we do this, here's what you can do, man. Give back. It's so important. And I talk about this all the time, giving back, whether it's to the community, whether it's mentoring the youth, the new leaders of tomorrow, whatever it is, you know, continue to do that and share experiences. It creates new ventures. Listen, you're out there in the hustle each and every day. You're getting exposed to different opportunities, different people. No doubt that's going to create new ventures in your career. So listen, I'm going to wrap this up, but I hope that these short minutes that I spent talking about how we figure out or how we get to what it is that we love to do each and every single day, it starts by dissecting every role you've ever had. What am I good at? What do I have passion for? What do I see myself doing the rest of my life? And listen, we might not get it on the first round. You know, it takes time. It took years for me to get to what I do. And I tell you right now, I love what I do each and every single day. You know, it took time. It took the evolution of a few job functionalities. You know, I worked in different roles and different careers. You know, I went from freaking international business. That's where I found the passion for international. Early on, like Judy Torres says, you know, a communicator. She's a great communicator. I learned I was also a very good communicator, which turned into being a really pretty good sales guy on an international level. You know, that's awesome. I learned early on, too, I was a people person. So you take people person, good communicator, international, you get an entrepreneur in the business world doing global business, you know. And today, I'm living a new passion I found. Podcasting, sharing, and just spreading more content, good content, as to what I've gone through in life experiences, business, different scenarios in entrepreneurship. This is all helping others. And I love it. I love doing this. So it's taken time. So do not get frustrated. And I hope you can start by dissecting, jotting it down, figuring it out, get to that greater place, as to loving what it is you love to do each and every single day. So my friends, thank you so much. I'm going to wrap this up. But again, a shout out to all of you. Thank you for getting us into 16 different countries on every major platform. This is Hugo on T20E World, and I am checking out.